Ready. Good morning, everybody, or afternoon or evening, depending on what time zone you're in. This is Len, and this is another exciting edition of Lunch with Len and Laura. And as you know, today we have once again our special guest, Carrie. But before I jump over to Carrie, Laura, do you have anything you want to say to the great folks out there today?
No, we missed some of you guys on essential oils this morning. So don't forget to go watch the replay because it was our last day. We have something new coming up.
Chris says she was sick. I hope Buttons. How's Buttons, Chris? You're going to let us know. And hi Larry, hi Sue, Chris, Andy. Glad to see you're here. I'm going to turn the reins over to Carrie, who's going to be doing the driving here for a while, and we're going to be talking about goals. And it's an appropriate time to talk about goals. It's the end of the first month of the year. We're ready to start into the next month of the year, and it's a good time to stop and reflect on where we've been, where we're going, and how we're going to get there. So Larry was working on. Wow, you're getting serious about this. So Carrie, have at it. I'm going to white box you, which means that everyone's going to see you instead of they should see. There you go. Okay. Buttons is fine. Thanks. It's just me. So Buttons gave you her disease, huh? All right, Carrie, you're on. You're on, my friend. Go for it.
All right.
What do you have?
All right. Hey, everyone. I'm Carrie Bannigan, and once again, I'm really honored that Len and Laura asked me to come back. I really love sharing what has worked for me and hopefully what will work for you guys. So as Lynn mentioned, we're going to talk about goal planning, and in a minute I'm going to flip over to a presentation that I have. But what I wanted to start off saying is that, you know, a lot of times we make goals and we fall away from them. And so I developed a method that I started back in at the end of 2017, and versus keeping resolutions for the year, I decided there were some areas in my life that I wanted to improve upon. And I developed this acronym, which I'll show you in a bit, that has helped me stay on track. So I wanted to share that with you guys today. And hopefully, it's never too late. The good thing about this method is that you can do it any time of the year. It's not a resolution, and it's good for, for personal or for business, for your kids, for anybody. And I think that you guys will really like it. So I'm going to give this thing a whirl and screen share. Let's see, here we go.
Are you able to see the chat, Carrie?
What's that?
Are you able to see the chat?
Well, not now because I have the presentation up.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, go ahead.
You said that you developed this method at the end of 2017. So Larry wants to know, is 2017 over? Did he miss it already?
It's gone. It flies fast when you're an entrepreneur, right? I meant to say 2015. I apologize for that. Yeah, I started. 2015.
Right.
So, 2015. And like I said, I put it in place just because it was the end of the year. I didn't want to make resolutions, so I chose to do goals. And I used it throughout 2016 and did it again for 2017. So are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Yay. Okay. All right. Well, I will go ahead and get this party started then. Like I said, we're going to go over goal planning. And I really believe that if you set your intentions, and not just set the intentions, but if you set them with a little bit more oomph, then you can make 2017 your most successful year yet. So today I'm going to go over with you first why setting goals is important. And I know a lot of us probably already know this, but I feel that it's important to go over it just to be clear. How to plan your focus. I really feel that you need to have a clear focus when you're setting your goals. So we'll go over that. And here's the acronym that I was telling you all a little bit about earlier, GWIFD. You can say it GWIFT, you can just say it however. So I'm going to go over that with you guys, what it actually means and how it works. So if you guys haven't already, I really encourage you to pull out a notebook and get your pen ready, and even take some screenshots as we go along, because there's some really good information in here for you guys. And before we start, I'm going to start off with a quick poll and ask you all, how many of you set new intentions for the year? Now, I don't expect you to raise your hand to any of these questions, but just keep them in your mind and go along with me and think, how many of you set intentions for the year? And even in 2016, I think there were a lot of us. I know I did, and I'm sure you guys did too. But out of those intentions, how many did you keep all year long? And if you started fresh and clean for 2017, how many, now that we're at the end of the month, like Lynn mentioned, how many are you still practicing? Now,
in that sense,
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
an intention is different than a goal.
That is true. However, if you put your intentions in with your goals versus just saying, I want to run a marathon, then it gives it a bit more meaning.
Okay.
Okay. So a lot of us, I know I was, you feel gung-ho, we're ready to rock, we're going to do this. And then as the year goes on, or even a couple years later, it starts to kind of go to the wayside. And I know this isn't everybody, but I know a vast majority of people this happens. It sure does happen for me. And, if I could show you a method that would give you more oomph, I like using that word, with setting your goals, setting the intentions towards your goals, do you think that it would help? So keep those things in mind as we go along. And we'll start off with why setting goals is important. As many of you know, it gives you a long-term vision. It gives you a feeling of accomplishment. If you set short-term chunks, it can boost your motivation for the long haul. I know sometimes if I have to save all year for a vacation, for me, having that long-term goal, I really want to put some short-term, milestones in place so that I could feel motivated that I'm going to get there by the end of the year. Setting goals helps you focus your time and stay organized. And it actually helps you stay the course, which frees up time for fun and family. So as you guys know, setting goals is really important. So one of the first things that I like to do when I'm setting my goals and using this particular GWIFD method is planning my focus. What I mean by that is, what area of my life do I want to focus on for the goal, okay? And you need to think, what is most important to you right now? And the most important thing to do, like Len said, when you're at the end of the month, go back and reflect on what you put in place and find out, is it still something that's a fit for you moving forward? They can be revised, and it's not, things happen, things change, so it's never a failure if we don't hit that goal, as long as we learn from it, right? And I like to set categories. There's something that's called a level 10 life, and basically going off of that, that philosophy, I like to choose different categories that I can set goals towards to improve on. So I just listed some examples. You can choose anything that you like, but I like to pick these categories such as health, finances, self-improvement, relationships, career, so on and so forth. So basically, guys, what we're doing here is we're starting to refine where we want to set our goals. We may say, I want to save $5,000 by the end of the year. Okay, that would be a finance goal, right? And we really need to dig deeper into that. So I'll show you that as we go along. Some of my examples personally was for my health. Here at work, I wanted to walk the stairs without getting winded. I don't know how many of you guys have gone through that, but when I'm walking with customers up the stairs and then I'm just, can't catch my breath, it can be a little embarrassing for me. So that was something health-wise that I wanted to focus on. I found out that you can hunt for garnets, so I thought that would be something cool to do. And I definitely want to become a better listener for my relationships and my career. So those are just some examples that I came up with. And as Winston Churchill says, you never reach your destination if you stop and throw stones at every dog that barks. Now, please forgive the throwing stones at dogs. I am a huge, huge animal lover, and by no means am saying that we should throw stones at dogs, but that's his quote. And it's just basically meaning that if you don't have your focus set and you don't reach your destination, I mean, if you don't have your focus set, then you're going to just be throwing stones everywhere, and you really need to have that, right? And you won't get to the end goal. And now that we have our focus, and now that I shared that with you guys, you know, if you guys have any questions along the way, make sure you just put them in the chat, and I'll answer them for sure. But after we set our focus, this is the method that I like to use. So it's called GWIFD, and each of these letters stands for something different, okay? And what it really means and what it is a formula to help you attach more feeling, more oomph, and more intention into your goals. I really feel that if I just say, I want to save $50,000 by December, for me, that if I don't put enough, you know, if I don't set my intentions, if I don't put more feeling, if I don't give it some value emotionally and you know, mentally, then it will purely be this is what I want to save. And the key to this being successful is really you. You know, you can't set your goals based on what someone else wants you to do. You really need to find within yourself what the deep meaning behind the goal is, okay? And this method here, you know, it really only works if you put your feeling and your emotions into it. All right, so what exactly is this method? So GWIFD, it stands for G equals goal, W equals why, I is improve, F is feeling, and D is do, okay? How does it work though? Well, let's start off with goal. So goal is pretty simple, and I thought that I would use something that's very generic, such as losing weight. I know a lot, I think that's the biggest resolution actually is weight loss when people start to set those resolutions. So if you guys will bear with me, this is the example that I'm going to use throughout this presentation here. But you know, I encourage you to think about your goals. Maybe you want to start talking to, you know, 5 more people a day in your business, or maybe you want to play with your kids, whatever it may be. Just think about that as we go along. So we're going to take losing 20 pounds as our goal, as an example. And yeah, you don't have to raise your hands, but how many of us set a goal similar to this? And you can't see me, but my hand is raised. And it's pretty standard, you know, but I'm going to challenge you all. If this was one of your goals, no matter the quantity of pounds, if you had this, I'm really going to challenge you on the very, you know, generic term, lose 20 pounds. Okay. So the next one is why. Why do you want to lose 20 pounds? And as you're going along, you'll see that the next one builds off of what you said before. So we've set a goal of lose 20 pounds or talk to 5 people, but why? Why do you want that? And, you know, this one is really, I think, probably the hardest out of all of them, because we can tend to be surface level whenever we think about it. Maybe for me, I know it was because I feel big or my clothes don't fit well. But what's the real why? You know, you have to dig deep in yourself and find that out. And yeah, I would challenge you, anytime that you pick up on this method, I'm going to challenge you to reflect on that and think why you really picked that number. So why did you pick 20? Why did you pick 10, 15? And why did you choose losing weight versus toning your body? So as you can see, when you start really getting into the why, I'm challenging you on that, because perhaps toning your body would achieve the same results, right? So we just need to think on that. And when the why is clear, the how is easy, okay? Can you guys still hear me, Len?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So the next letter, I, is improve. And I really like this one, improve. What will improve if you lose 20 pounds? Really think about it. Okay, so I will be able to maybe get a smaller size of pants, for example, right? But what does that really improve for me? Because the first thing I think is now I need to go buy new clothes, and that's going to hit my pocketbook. But what is it really going to improve? Perhaps losing the weight will help improve your cholesterol levels, right? So maybe you can actually come off of those monthly medications. And that, I mean, when it comes to health, guys, I know that that's really huge, right? If you could drop weight and improve any kind of medical stuff that you have going on, that would be a really good improve, okay? And maybe if you eat out a lot, I know sometimes work gets me going and I have to run to, just get some fast food. But if I start changing that up and eating healthier, perhaps, maybe that'll save me money. So really think on what it will improve, okay? The next one is feeling. I like this one too. So feeling, how will you feel when you have lost that 20 pounds? How will you feel when you are talking to 5 new people about your business every day? Maybe, I don't know, proud, excited, on top of the world. Maybe you'll feel better looking in the mirror each day, that you're toned out and you feel better, right? I mean, health is really important. And maybe you're an inspiration to your loved ones, and you're just showing them that you can actually get out there and just be that inspiration for them. And what do you feel? So you really have to think on when you're setting these, because obviously you haven't achieved the goal yet, but you're putting yourself in the vision that you already have. So I have lost 20 pounds. And I feel amazing. I am on top of the world. I want to tell everybody XYZ, right? How will you feel? I am talking to 5 people a day, and it wasn't as hard as I thought, and I feel really great, right? So those are just some ways that you can put some feeling into what you're doing. Now the last one, the D, stands for do. So now you've set your goal, you know why you want to reach your goal. You know how it will improve, and you know the feeling that you'll have when you get there. But now we need to ask ourselves, what are we going to do to achieve that goal, right? To lose 20 pounds in the year, what action steps do I need to take? Maybe I'll add 5 minutes of walking time. Maybe if I want to go to the gym, I'll start doing that. How about cutting fast food intake? Like I said before, talking to the 5 customers, what are you going to do in order to achieve your goal? If it makes you anxious just to even think about talking to 5 people, but without a doubt, if you did that, your business would grow, you would be able to help so many more people. What could you do to start overcoming that fear, right? The ideas truly are endless. But I'm going to caution you guys, when I say be realistic, especially when it comes to losing weight, don't head out on Monday and try to run 5 miles, because you're going to hurt yourself. So make sure that you have a very clear time frame of when you want to achieve that goal, and then set your daily action plan where you can increase over time. So know your limits, so that you don't hurt yourself. And last but not least, don't forget to reward yourself. It's very important that, especially if we make those little milestones, that we reward ourselves for the work that we are doing. So if you talk to those 5 people, then whatever you think your reward should be, you should definitely do that. And then start challenging yourself to do it consistently. That's going to be the big thing, right? So I made this. This is just a little goal planning worksheet, and it has each of the letters: goal, why, improve, feeling, do. And if any of you guys want a copy of this, and you can definitely make your own, what have you. But if you want a copy of this, just let Len and Laura know. And I like to hang these up on my wall so that I have a clear visual of what I'm working towards. So if you want that, just let me know. I'll shoot it over. And now that you know what I like to use, do you think that it would help you? And if so, what action will you take today? And that's all I got, guys. That was my GWIFD. So what do you guys think?
I like it. I like the acronym. That's why I wanted to go through it with you, because I like having the acronym, and it's a nice, helpful reminder of what we're supposed to be doing. And the problem with goals, am I froze? What's going on?
No, I see you.
No,
I don't
you
see me, but I see you.
Let's see. I should be able to unbox you.
Oh, you know what? Let's stop screen sharing. Here we go. There we go. I'm sorry, guys.
No problem. No problem. No, I like the whole concept, because it sort of gives you a framework to work with it. And I agree with you. When you set a goal like, well, I want to lose 20 pounds, or I want to make $10,000, or whatever it is, you got to put some meat around that thing. What I emphasize is creating a vision of what your life is going to be like when you get there, and having the action steps on a daily basis that you're going to take. So yeah, I like the whole concept. It's a nice little acronym. Is that what it's called? Acronym?
It is an acronym, but I was actually going to put the pronunciation there, but I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know, GWIFT or whatever. I've been tinkering with it, but I don't know what to even call it now, so I'm just going to stick with it.
Hey, on one of your early slides, you said that you found out you could search for garnets.
Yes, sir.
What's a garnet?
What's a garnet?
Yeah.
That is a... I'm with Laura. Well, a garnet, right? That's one of the stones. That is, isn't that January's birthstone? Garnet?
Oh, okay. All right. No,
Yeah, I found out that here in Nevada, that's where I'm at. I found out that you can, now I hear it's tedious, right? You have to dig the dirt and sift it all out, but I hear that you can actually go and find them. So we thought, why not?
Awesome. Well, okay. I for some reason I blanked on that. I wasn't thinking of stones, so it just didn't compute at all. Hey, we picked up some more people. Hi, Rick. Hi, Marta. And let's see who else is here. I think I said hi to everybody. Rick, Marta, Sierra. Welcome aboard, Sierra. Bill, good to see you. Deborah, hello. Larry and Sue and Chris. So we got a whole bunch of people out there today. January's Hearthstone. Okay, Sue.
Yeah, yeah, and you know,
guys all made me feel silly now. It's all right.
No, we're not making you feel silly at all. You know, I actually wanted to put that in there to just show you guys that was something that I wanted to do as a fun thing, as a relationship thing. So those goals can be personal, they can be business, they can be anything that you guys want them to be. It's just the fact that you really need to put your feelings and what it's going to improve into that goal, right? Really think on that. And you may ask yourself, how would hunting for garnets really improve anything, right? Well, when it comes to maybe a personal level, maybe that's quality time with your loved one, right? Maybe that's a 2-hour car drive. You get just that peace and quiet. You unplug from technology and get that boost that you need back, in yourself. And if I find a garnet, I'm going to feel really cool because I'm going to put it in a stone in a setting.
So when you say search for garnets, you're actually going out driving somewhere and searching.
Yes, they're in the desert here in Nevada somewhere. So.
Okay. Well, that sounds like fun. That sounds like a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So I would encourage everybody to stop today, spend a few minutes, reflect, because we did a goal setting session in December, early January. I don't remember when exactly. And hopefully everybody has set some goals for the year. And now that we're 1 month into the year, it's a good time to stop and take a look at those goals and see that we made progress. If not, why not? And don't beat yourself up. It's okay. It's okay to be honest and say, well, gosh, I went to the gym once last week. That didn't seem to be enough. Maybe I better go twice. But it's time to just take a look and fine tune the trajectory, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You really need to track what you're doing, and it's okay if you have to revise something. One of my goals was I wanted to read 20 minutes a day. Well, when I started trying to do that, I realized it made me very sleepy, and it was not an attainable goal for me. So I looked at how can I take those 20 minutes a day and move them, and I realized that on a weekend in the afternoon, I could actually read more than at night after work. So you just take your stuff and shift it around, and if it doesn't apply, just chuck it to the side and move on, right?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. One of my problems is meditation. I can fall asleep easily meditating.
Yes, I am with you. You're not alone.
10 minutes of meditation turns into a 2-hour nap.
Oh, I love it. Yes.
I know Larry has that problem too, don't you, Larry? Larry's out there in the audience. I think it's told me that one time. So anyhow.
Yes.
All righty, everybody. Well, anybody else have any questions, comments, or anything? Otherwise, we're gonna wrap this one up. Laura, you got anything to add?
No, not really. I appreciate you coming on, Carrie. You always come with great insight, and I love the fact that when you came in last time and I did set some goals and I did have to tweak them because I didn't do some of them. And so, yeah, I really like the fact that, all we have to do is just keep moving forward, tweaking them, continuing on and doing what works. And I like what you said about just view them and see what's working and what's not working. So you're awesome. You rock. And I would like 200 of those, please. Can you send them to me?
I will have to do that for sure. I want to see your wall when you're done.
We got 200 garnets?
No, 200 of the goal sheets.
The goal sheets? All right.
Oh, thank you so much, Laura. I appreciate it. Again, thank you guys so much for having me out and just sharing some things that I think might help you all. So you guys are awesome.
That was awesome, Carrie. Thank you. And before we close this off, let me just take a moment for station identification. I know, Carrie, you're at work and you're on your lunch hour, so if you got to drop off, go ahead. My feelings won't be hurt. But station identification. Couple of things that I want everybody to be aware of. One, for those of you who are in or interested in the Asante corporate webinar at 6 o'clock tonight. I'm doing the Asante corporate webinar this week. And Laura did it last week. And Laura and I seem to be flipping back and forth. We seem to be the only two doing it right now. So at 6 o'clock, gogreengetpaid.com live.
9 o'clock Eastern.
Is that that's the right link, Laura? This is the gogreengetpaid.com live. I tend to confuse the links.
Yep, it is.
Yeah, at 6. Now, a really, really, really special lunch with Len on Thursday. We have Jelena Ostrovska. Now, she's been with us once before. She's coming back. And I don't know if those of you who know it or not, Jelena's been one of the 3 absolute rock stars in MLSP in the last month. She's one of the winners of the contest. They had an affiliate contest, and she just absolutely rocked it. And so I'm really excited to have Jelena back for lunch with Len on Thursday. And And then Thursday, don't forget, we're coming up on the start of our new webinar, The Next Trillion, and how you can profit from it. And that happens Thursday at 5 o'clock. So, 5 o'clock
Pacific.
Western time.
8 o'clock Eastern.
Yes, thank you, Laura. And I don't know what time it is, Larry time.
He'll figure it out.
He's in one of those weird in-between time zones. Any rate, everybody, thank you so much for coming today. We love you all. Bye for now.
Yep. Bye, everybody.
Bye.